Hi there. I decided to do my screencast on two classroom assessment tools that can be utilized online. And as you can see, I have chosen to do Kahoot as well as Socrative. So we'll first talk about Kahoot. This is something that I'm sure most students are very familiar with, and they get so excited when they hear that we are going to be engaged in possibly a quiz or even an exit ticket with this. So as you can see, this is the main page. It's very, very easy. You can easily sign up right here. And when you click here, you would actually see the options of choosing if you were a teacher, student, but as you can see, since I already have an account, that it's automatically logging me into my account. So up here are our main menus where you can kind of choose where you want to go. Discover kind of gives you the option of choosing already created Kahoot quizzes. As you can see, it kind of tells you how many questions there are. It tells you what particular concept that it's focused on. So this is a great way, especially one of those last minute or some plans of change that you can simply pull up one of these and use it as part of your own collection. Now let's say you want to create your own. Um, I like to go under Kahoots because this actually kind of gives me and shares the Kahoots that I have created. It also allows me to see any Kahoots that have been shared with me from other colleagues. You can even star your favorite Kahoots that you might want to use on a regular basis. So, one thing, like I said, that I love about this under my Kahoots, I can actually see that you have the option of a GMAS review, which is absolutely great to use, a good way to pick up on skills and kind of challenge that pacing since they only have a limited amount of time to be able to answer questions. But let me pull up a recent Kahoot that I created that we'll use within the next couple of days in my classroom. And as you can see, on the right hand side, you have these timed, which this first one is 60 seconds. And the only reason why I did that is because this requires for them to look at an image. And the other ones, as you can see, I didn't include an image because the question doesn't quite require it. But adding an image would help, of course, with our ELL students, as well as our special needs students that need certain accommodations, and those that are visual learners to help possibly with the question. I love the fact that you can add as many questions as you would like. You can also, um, of course, add a very limited if you just want something short and a quick exit ticket, like at the end of a particular lesson, which is what I have planned to do right here. Another good aspect about Kahoot that I love, and even though some students feel, oh, we're just playing a game today, it actually really does do a great job at giving a quick snapshot of where students are within that moment. Do they understand the difference between weathering and erosion? Do they understand what human interventions in natural disasters or whatever concept that you may be on? But the good thing about this is its report can easily be downloaded where you can find your students. It allows you to play it again. It allows you to save it. As you can see, it allows you to save and kind of syncs to your Google Drive, which is another great aspect of Kahoot. Possibly the only downfall to Kahoot is when you are creating a new Kahoot, and let's say you chose to do a quiz. As you can see, you're limited to the amount of characters that you can include in questions as well as the answers. So the Kahoot is a really good quick snapshot of needing to possibly recall information and a good way to kind of assess right at the beginning of the unit before moving into the higher depths of knowledge types of questions. So that's one thing I love about Kahoot. And the other particular assessment tool that I love and use in my classroom is Socrative, and you can find that at socrative.com. And just like Kahoot, they do have a sign up page, which is free, but as you can see, I am already a member. And up here, this is the main page. When you log in, you can see this code right here. This is the class code that students would actually log in once they're there. And right here, you can see this is clear the room, meaning students, you can see how many students are actually have entered the classroom and who are ready and prepared to take a quiz. So one thing that Socrative that kind of extends a little bit more than Kahoot is you can use Socrative to actually assess learning while teaching that concept, as well as at the end of the unit when you're doing like, an end of unit assessment or so forth. As you can see, the options of making it a quiz, you can do teams where you can race, and you can also use this as a quick exit ticket, which I love. And also, one good thing about Socrative that I love is the ability to have a variety of questions, multiple choice, true and false, short answer, which is so important in this day and age, especially with the standardized testing that we have. So, one thing up here at the top, the main page, you can see quizzes. These are any quizzes that have been done um, prior that you can always save in your stash. You can share it with others. You can download the report, download the quiz. You can share it with others. So this is a one good thing is I've had this for several years, and as you can see, kind of dates back to 2015. So I absolutely love this particular site. Something that I am going to incorporate a little bit more with this group of students that I have this year. The good thing about this is your results. Of course, earlier I started a new one to create. And as you can see, this little thing that almost looks as if it is on means you have some type of assessment going on. So if you click finish, it's going to ask you to select an option, so forth, view chart. You can choose whatever you'd like. So other thing about reports that I absolutely love is you can always download these reports. And the good thing about this is you can really see how many questions students got incorrect, correct. It's color coded to where students are able to see where that mistake was, as well as a teacher can kind of see, okay, which question did most students miss? I see, well, about 48% of this group only got this question right. So I need to look back at this question to kind of see. This is a great tool also to show in front of students where you can actually have anonymity, as you can see here. But then, of course, you can always show the names in private and so forth. So those are just two classroom assessment tools that I absolutely love to use. Hopefully you can use them in your own classroom. Thank you.